You know, it's funny how we use these little gadgets every single day, but have you ever stopped to actually read them? Sometimes the entire instruction manual is hiding right there in plain sight. Today, we're going to do just that. We're decoding the Apple AirTag, and we're going to figure out exactly how it works just by looking at the tiny text etched right onto its surface. So take a look at this thing. It's this clean, simple little desk. But really, have you ever looked at what's written on it? Right there, circling that iconic logo, is basically everything you need to know. Those words, Bluetooth LE, ultra-wideband, NFC, that's not just a bunch of tech jargon. That's literally the blueprint for how this little guy helps you find your lost keys. All right, so let's put on our tech detective hats for a minute. We're going to go piece by piece and break down every little bit of text on the AirTag to see what it's really telling us. Okay, first up, let's talk about its main job, finding stuff. The AirTag is actually using 3 different technologies to do this, and each one is perfect for a different how lost is it scenario, whether it's under the sofa or clear across town. Think of it like a multi-tool for the chronically misplaced. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. The real genius here is that depending on how far away your item is, a different piece of its built-in tech just kicks into gear. So let's start with Bluetooth LE. The LE stands for low energy, and that's super important. Think of this as the AirTag's way of just gently shouting, "Hey, I'm over here in this room somewhere." It's constantly broadcasting, but because it's low energy, the battery can last for like a year. It's the perfect tool for that "I know my keys are in the house somewhere" problem. But what happens when you're in the right room but still can't find it? That's where ultra-wideband, or UWB, comes in. If Bluetooth gets you into the ballpark, UWB is like a super accurate laser pointer that guides you right to your seat. It uses a high-frequency signal so your phone can get an exact direction and distance, literally pointing you with an arrow right to that couch cushion it's hiding under. And then there's NFC. Now this one's interesting, because it's not actually for you, it's for the kind stranger who finds your lost stuff. NFC is the Good Samaritan feature. It's the same tech you use for tap to pay at the store. So if someone stumbles upon your lost backpack, they can just tap the AirTag with their phone and boom, up pops the contact info you decided to share. It's a really clever, simple way to help your things find their way back home. Look, a tracker is completely useless if it can't handle the real world, right? It's going to be on your keys, getting tossed around, on a backpack that gets left in the rain, maybe even on your dog's collar. So it absolutely has to be tough. And that brings us to this little code you'll see etched on the side, IP67. Now that's not just some random model number. It's a really specific international rating for how durable a device is. The 6 tells us it's completely sealed off from dust, and that 7, well, that tells us how it deals with water. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you can pretty much stop worrying. Did you drop your keys in a puddle while walking the dog? No big deal. Caught in a sudden downpour? The AirTag's going to be just fine. It can literally survive being under a meter of water for about 30 minutes. It's really just built for the chaos of everyday life. Okay, so we've covered how you find things nearby and how it survives the elements. But what about the AirTag's most incredible feature? The one that kicks in when you accidentally leave your bag miles and miles away? This is where that little phrase, "Find My," becomes so important. This is the big question, isn't it? The AirTag itself has no GPS, it has no cell connection. So how on earth can it tell you where it is when it's nowhere near your phone? Well, the answer is absolutely brilliant, and it relies on a hidden global network of devices you probably walk past every single day. Okay, here's how this magic trick works. Your lost AirTag is just sitting there, sending out its little secure Bluetooth ping. Any iPhone, iPad, or Mac that happens to be nearby, and we're talking hundreds of millions of them all over the world, can anonymously pick up that signal. That device then securely reports the AirTag's location back to the cloud so you can pull up a map and see where it is. And the most important part? The whole thing is anonymous and encrypted from end to end, so everyone's privacy is protected. So let's pull all of these threads together, because these aren't just separate features, right? They're all layers of one single, really powerful system designed to do one thing and one thing only: find what's lost. It all starts with that low-energy Bluetooth signal telling you you're getting warm. Then ultra-wideband kicks in to guide you with pinpoint accuracy. That IP67 rating makes sure it survives the adventure. NFC gives a stranger a way to help out. And if it's really truly lost, the massive anonymous Find My network gives it a global reach.
It's this incredible ecosystem of technology, all spelled out for you right on this tiny little disk.
Which kind of leaves us with one final big thought. We started out tracking our keys in our wallets. But as this kind of technology, this crowdsourced tracking, gets even smaller, more powerful, and more integrated into everything, you really have to wonder, what's the next thing we'll simply never lose again?